Chapter 4: The Haunted Villa. The next day, dark clouds huddled together like a council of secrets, swallowing the sky in the shades of charcoal and storm. Grey. High above, the dark scavenger birds wheeled in uneasy circles, their black wings slicing through the dim light as if searching for something that earth has to surrender. There was almost silence observed around the villa. Not even the chirping sound of birds could be heard. This followed by the dangerous lightning, sharp, blunt rain that fell down on the ground as if some acid which would destroy everything. People were running here and there to seek shelter, or rather to find shortcuts to their houses. They were quite scared with the growing, gloomy weather that had turned completely spooky for them. The villa still stood erect in the midst of such weather. The drops of rain were hitting hard at the doors and windows of the house as big balls of fire on the vintage furniture. Horrifying images were envisioned on every window. At some places, it depicted a hungry vulture with vulnerable eyes waiting for its prey. And then there was an enormous tiger hunt with drops of blood falling from its pointed teeth, and a picture of a kid praying for mercy when the vampire suddenly attacks him and sucks all his blood to death. Watching all this, the general simply smiled and said, "Has somebody installed any kind of projector outside to show us these video clips?" Though he said this jovially, but as he remembered his interaction with the ghost at Hindu's shop, he told everyone to be careful. Everyone bade good night to each other and went to their rooms. At 12 o'clock, electricity fluctuations began with a sparkling sound, and the light went off. The ghost was probably in action now. With the creation of a very horrific, fearful weather outside, he had prepared himself a perfect grounding to scare the family away. He was very glad to have cunningly schemed his ways to form a perfect, scary surroundings. He was also sure that his last effort, with well-polished and refined schemes, would certainly drive the family crazy now. With these thoughts and improvements, the ghost now starts to move here and there in the villa. The ghost's laughter erupted in sharp, jarring variations, sometimes deep and guttural, echoing like a beast in a cavern. Other times, so piercingly loud, it clawed at the edges of sanity. The voices rolled for a few minutes, each time building a suffocating atmosphere of dread. Then, without warning, the laughter fractured into sobs, thin, shrill cries that quivered through the darkness, rising and falling in wild, haunting pitches. These voices amplified fear, clearly exhibiting that the ghost had mastered the art of fear with modulation of horrific symphony of voices. The two boys were all alert today, as was suggested by their father. The ghost's excellent performance did arise some nervousness and terror in the minds of George and Victoria. But Michael, he was still sure of his father's teachings. "Nothing can stir our confidence, George. I know we are strongly bonded together, and the ghost cannot survive us," he suggested to his siblings. With Michael's motivation, George joined him in the action plan, while Victoria was asked to hide in her bed and not to come out. The two brothers waited for the ghost to proceed with his plan. They opened a slit from their door and began to peep outside. The ghost was in another get-up today. He was dressed in some metallic heavy dress, tied in heavy chains. He had some strange marks on his face that showed as if he was hit by some sharp tool. The wound looked fresh, and it was bleeding intensely. He began to climb up the stairs, and his chains hit the adjoining stairs, creating a crashing sound each time he climbed up. The moment he was close to the kids' room, the two boys opened their door with a great clatter. The ghost was surprised and scared on seeing another ghost standing in front of him. That too, with no head. The ghost was terribly frightened, and he began to run away. His heavy dress and chains didn't let him run in speed, and he tumbled down the stairs. The two boys took out their sheet in which they had wrapped themselves in disguise of another ghost and began to laugh at him. As they had defeated the ghost once again, they were proud of their action plan. They soon dozed off to sleep, but in all the noisy interaction of ghost and his brothers, Victoria could not sleep.
Since now she was thirsty, she came down the stairs to get water for herself. And she was surprised to see that the ghost lay there defeated on the couch, held his head in his hands, and was crying softly. Victoria could not stop herself in going close to him. With a bit of terror in her eyes, she approached him and asked, "What happened, Mr. Ghost? Why are you crying like this?"
As the ghost rose up his head, he transformed into a lady, bleeding mouth. He pounced at her, but something stopped him this time. Looking at the cute, innocent face of a daring little girl, the ghost could not proceed with his action. Lowering his pitch and controlling his temperament, he told her that he will not kill her, only because she had come there to inquire about his well-being. Otherwise, he would have sucked her to death. Your family is very rude. They humiliate me every time I approach them. I approached your mom in the morning, but rather being scared of me, she scolded. When I pounced upon at your dad, he hit me with a log in my stomach. And your two brothers, they're always laughing at me. No one has the respect for the ghosts. You all are very rude. Listening to the ghost, Victoria got angry. She said, "I'm not scared of dying. If you wish to kill me, then go ahead. But you don't dare call my family rude. My family is not at all rude. They are brave. They know how to treat everyone with kindness. And they know how to face the ugly with ignorance. The thing is the opposite. Since the time we have entered this villa, you have been treating us bad. Why would you do such a thing? Why don't you let us sleep and take rest yourself?" The ghost began to cry once again with a very heavy heart. He thought to tell his story to the little Victoria. He said, "When I had a human body, I lived here with my wife, but I was very hostile towards her. One day, out of anger, I killed my wife. Her only fault was that she didn't eat good food that day. I felt very apologetic for my actions, but it was too late then. After her death, his brothers held me in chains and they starved me to death. She was such a lovely wife, but I never cared for her." "Oh, that was a terrible crime committed by you. But if you are repentant of your actions, then why are you troubling others and doing the wrong again? Why do you scare the innocent people and even kill them? She asked. The ghost replied that he hadn't slept for some 5 years. He has no place to sleep. It is for this reason that he keeps moving here and there in villa, sometimes scaring people and sometimes killing them out of frustration. But now I am tired of all this. I feel much repentant of my actions. And now I can't pray to God because nothing is left within me. I have neither love nor fear. My emotions are dim. My body is burnt. I have no hands to fall before God and seek His mercy. And he began to sob again. What if I pray on your behalf? Will God forgive your sins? She asked sympathetically. And the ghost raised his head in surprise. Will you do it for me, Victoria? Her affirmations made the ghost mighty happy. And he held her hand and took her away from the villa, from an invisible door. When Mrs. Emily woke up in the morning, she straightaway went to the kitchen to pack lunch for kids and prepare breakfast. While she was working in the kitchen, Michael screamed from his room. Oma, Dad, Victoria, Victoria. The General and Emily came running to the kids' room, asked Michael, what happened, dear? Why are you shouting? He told them Victoria was nowhere to be seen in the house since morning. Michael and George have been searching her since the time they got up from their beds. Shock-stricken, the family ran here and there seeking help from every passerby, but all their attempts failed. There were no clue where Victoria could be. The family then went to the nearby police station to launch an FIR. But again, the inspector feared the haunted house and straightaway declined to do any investigation on the matter. Mrs. Emily was completely broken now. She began to criticize the General's philosophy of being bold even in front of the ghost. She begged the General, please bring my daughter back. I can't live without her. What would have the ghost done to my daughter? Oh, please, let's go back to the villa. Maybe she's back. And they hurried back to the villa. Mrs. Emily was right. Victoria was there, sitting in the living room, waiting for them. She smiled, looking at her family, and she daringly declared that we are safe now. Mom and Dad, we are safe. Michael and George, we are safe completely. Her parents looked at her in great surprise. Safe? Where were you, Victoria? Mother asked. Victoria held her parents' hand and her brothers to follow them. To the same door, she took her family to a place that had a cemented ground close to a wall. She told her family that this was the place where I prayed for the ghost. She told them that the ghost had killed his wife in anguish, but he was repentant of his actions. And since he was only the soul devoid of every emotion, faith, love, he could not see God's mercy. He had no place to rest consequently. He troubled every noble soul residing in this villa. I prayed for him, and God have forgiven him. Now he is calmly sleeping in his bed in this cemented ground here. Oh my God, my princess, you are awesome. I'm proud of you, said the father. Mother Emily took her in her arms and implanted a kiss on her forehead. There, see the ghost waving at us as his thankful gesture. Victoria saw the ghost taking leave from them. None could see the ghost but could feel a cool, almost frozen wind being displaced by a pleasing breeze of calmness and satisfaction. Thank you. If you like the story, don't forget to follow, like, and share.